Hi, everybody. Well, places around the world have different laws and different rules and different penalties than we do in, say, North America or even in Britain, in Canada. But one new law has just come into effect at a very popular cruise destination. In fact, one of the biggest cruise destinations in the world. And if you break this rule, you could not only face detention, you could face huge fines or even jail. So there are laws in places that people sometimes just don't know about. For instance, in Singapore, if you spit your gum out on the floor and the sidewalk and are seen and caught, you could face a $250 fine for spitting gum out in Singapore. That's an actual law. In many Caribbean ports, if you wear camouflage clothing of any kind, pants, bikini, top, you name it, you can be charged and detained and arrested as well. Those are some laws that have been out there for a little while now, and you know, if you're going to those places, you need to be aware of. But this one is a common practice among a lot of people, especially younger generation, and that is vaping. And the destination is Mexico. Just came out with a brand new law saying you are not allowed to vape in public, you're not allowed to vape on beaches, in stores, and basically public areas, you're not allowed to vape. Well, that will come as a shock to many people, but also in this law is you're not allowed to transport, basically an illegal good or something like that. And they're considering vaping products an illegal product, which means if you come off your cruise and you go through the border security there at the cruise port, you are technically, and you have any kind of vaping apparatus with you, you are technically transporting illegal goods. And you can not only be detained and questioned, etc., and have everything seized from you, whatever you have on you, you could also face some fines. And these fines are not little fines. They go all the way up to $12,500 US. That's right, $12,500 for carrying a vape across a line. Now, I'm sure the circumstances are going to be variable, but as we all know, you get a jerk in charge of your case or whatever, and suddenly you're in the worst case scenario instead of just a misdemeanor kind of situation. Not only that, it can be deemed so severe that you will face jail. And they don't take this lightly. There have been cases of, since 2023, when they brought out the no smoking in public places, of tourists being detained, fined, and some have actually ended up in jail. Now, usually in jail, it's the ones that will argue and put up a big fuss and try and say, no, that law is stupid and you guys are stupid and this kind of thing. Mexican police don't fool around. It's not like North America. You do not mouth off to Mexican police. Trust me on that. You say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, officer, yes, sir, that kind of thing. And if they say hand something over to them, like your pack of cigarettes or your vape, just do it. Don't argue with them. Don't claim that you're a Canadian citizen and you have your rights. Just do it, because that's where the people have been ending up in severe, severe trouble when traveling. And there are cases where people, for smoking in public, have ended up spending a month in jail. So I would only imagine that vaping in public would come along with those same kind of things. So I know, for instance, one cruise line out there is already warning passengers, do not carry your vape with you when you go ashore. Do not use your vape or smoke in public in these areas because there is a high chance you will get fined or worse. So yeah, different laws in different places, and I know it's hard for some people, who've been smoking all their lives or who are using vapes on a regular basis. But our rules are not their rules, and if we break it, the best thing to do is just, sorry about that, I didn't know, here you are, I'm sorry. End of conversation, usually nothing else happens and you're fine. If you start making a fuss, that's when you end up like the gentleman who ended up spending 30 days in jail for smoking on the beach. Not the way you want to end your vacation, is it?